Okay, we're here on Sabrina, this beautiful yacht here of my friend Raymond and Mariette. And they're going to say something about how they came to be here this time and what it really meant to them this trip, and how Amtech Electronics came to be on board and got the situation sorted out. So, Raymond, could you just tell me, like, basically where you're from and what's this, really?
I'm from Norway, north of Norway. The name is Harstad.
Okay, and back in Norway, did you ever thought about the tropics, and was it the dream of yours to come here? Or?
Yeah, it's a dream.
Great. Okay, so we've never seen snow in this part, so it's always a big idea about meet someone from this part of the world. It's always interesting that to live in so much degrees below zero.
Yeah.
And so some person think the same here. What, you think it's very hot in the tropics, so is it easy to adjust it?
Yeah, it's hot, but it's nice.
Okay. And
like
so
it.
you like it here?
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, that's great. So that's one good thing about the Caribbean and I guess Santa Lucia, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
And so, how long since you had this boat? Because
We buy this boat in 5 years ago.
okay. All right. And so, 1 second. And over here we have Mariette,
Yeah.
who is the wife of Raymond.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so, Mariette, I see you're smiling, so that means you are in a nice mood today. It's good.
Absolutely.
You're happy to be in the St. Lucia.
Absolutely.
And
we are.
it's nice to see that there's a smile on your face, because when I first met you, you also had a smile, but with a little depression about
Yeah,
it.
that's true.
So later we'll talk about really why today is a better smile than we had in the first instant. And so, what about you? You like sailing, and how you get into this? You always like sailing, you and Raymond?
No, we have not been sailing for very many years. No, this is the first sailboat we own, but we both had the dream to go on a longer trip with a sail yacht. So we decided we had to buy a boat, just take it from there and start somewhere. So we're 1 year leave from work, and we have to be back in Norway by August, unfortunately.
Okay.
But we're here and we're enjoying it very much.
All right. So, and I guess Raymond is, I only met him for a short time, but he's a good guy with the ideas about maintaining the stuff. And so it's a good way. I've met many captains who don't know much about the systems, and then it could be a nightmare if you end up in some trouble.
Absolutely.
And so I guess you guys are a nice couple. I could see you're always happy together. And in the tropic in St. Lucia, it's the island for love,
Yeah.
for lovers. So it's the right place to be.
Absolutely.
So anytime you're depressed in Norway, you can come.
Yeah.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank
All
you.
right. Okay, Raymond and Mariette. I know I'm terrible with the name. And so, just to tell us briefly how you came here and the situation with the boat. It was not for you just on a holiday. It was because also that you had some malfunction of your electrical systems, and which has caused you much grief over some time. And so just give us like a brief history about how it happened and what the story was about your situation and so on.
We passed through here between Christmas and New Year, and then we stayed here for 3 nights, I think, and we saw it was a lot of shops and a lot of things going on. So we would get help and supply here, we thought. And when we arrived Barbados for the second time on our trip, we saw that we had yet again got the problem we had had before with electricity going the wrong way. It started in the north of Spain, actually. Yes, first time we discovered it was after we had left La Coruña, and then we saw that we had some electricity going the wrong way. So we went to see electricians in first we saw electricians in Porto, outside of Porto, yes. And I said that we had to do something about it, but it was not a hurry and things like that. So we decided to wait until we came to the south of Portugal, to Cascais, and there we saw it was a company called Tutamania, and we went on land, and we could see that all the sail drive was nothing left of it actually. It was falling apart, so we need a new one, and it was the electrolysis who had taken it away. So we had to change that and wait for it for a very long time, of course. And when we got back in the sea, they measured the boat to see if everything was okay, and they said it was okay. And then we left after 5 weeks, and the next stop was Lagos. And then it was something wrong again. We knew because the boat did not stop on the key, on the switch, like it should, and that was one of the indicators that we had a problem.
Okay. Yeah.
So we went to see an electrician again, and he looked at everything, and he said it was only one of the fuse who had gone.
That was gone bad.
Not the relay or anything big, just the fuse.
Just the fuse.
And it was. So we thought maybe it was just an accident. And we left Europe and went to Africa, to Morocco, and when we arrived Agadir, we knew we had a problem again because it did not stop.
Right.
And then we got an electrician on board, and he measured and did a lot of things, and the relays were gone, they were broken, and he changed them. He also changed the valve pump for the stop.
Okay,
And
so you changed the relay and the stop switch this time.
Yeah. And he also did look into the key switch.
The key switch, yes.
And did some, but he said it was not very good, but it was gonna last. He didn't have a new one to give us.
Right.
So we left with a good heart.
And so after this time, you made some longer trip, and when did you discover also that the problem still existed?
That was probably the 3rd of January, because we went with my sister to Barbados, and when we arrived there we saw it was back, the problem. And then it had not been a problem for a long time actually. All the way from Africa and until Barbados, we did not have any signs of the problem.
Right. Well, it's interesting that this problem persisted, and noting that it's the Volvo engine control system and the relays that were going off. When did you have to change? When was the decision made to change to a larger relay as a way to save the relay from going bad? What did
that
happen?
was done in Agadir by the electrician in Agadir.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure it could have been like a way around it if, say, for instance, that the issue was some excess load being pulled through the system. He would have solved it with this idea. But unfortunately, it was a little more than that. It was so, and so I must say you guys were pretty resilient, knowing this consistent situation. When you had to change the sail drive, you pulled the boat out of the water to check the sail drive, or did you have some other work to do? And then how did you come to the conclusion that the sail drive was probably damaged?
We were going to clean it under and paint it and everything like that. So that's when then when it was up out of the water, we saw that this was not good. We had a problem. So we did not know about the problem until we had it out of the water.
Okay, all right, because so it was not as a result of a diagnostic that led you to pull the sail drive out. It was purely coincidental.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's a good thing you did.
Yes.
Because you need this part of the boat to drive the boat, and if it's gone, then you have a serious problem of maneuverability trying to get into a port. Okay, guys, so you arrived into St. Lucia, and then how did you find us?
Actually, we talked to an electrician in a shop over here, and he said tomorrow, and then we had waited for 3 days because we came Saturday evening also, so we had to wait all Sunday, and we decided we're not going to wait and wait. We've done that many times before. So we asked in the shop, in the ship shop,
in the sail off, in the chandlery.
Yes,
okay.
chandlery.
Yeah.
Upstairs, and I said, do you know of any electricians? And she gave me the telephone number for Philip.
Yes.
And I called him, and they came and started measuring and diagnosing.
Absolutely. Well, great that you were able to find us, and we're happy we were able to find you
Yeah.
and help you out, because that's what we've been doing basically all our life in the marine field. We're not claiming to be better than anybody else in the field of electronics. It's a toddler field. We're all just learning still what makes it work. But we pride ourselves in always doing a thorough job about it. And the satisfaction that we get is to see that the customer is satisfied and the job is completed, and to our satisfaction as well. And so, and then we also interested in forging like a long-lasting relationship with our clients, you know, because when they leave, our number is free because they call us and so on. So this particular recording is going to be the first in our video for our website about marine systems and about Santa Lucia, you know, and what it is we have to. Yeah, we can always edit that. We have to offer, and then so I'm happy to meet you guys, Raymond and Mariette. Yeah, and I hope I pronounced the name right. And this boat designs are pretty good. We have had many good results about this design, and so it's pretty simple and straightforward, and that's what you need on a boat. You don't need too many complexities. And so the key is we've made some changes to your system. We've changed your engine panel, and we've kept the Volvo panel, but we've changed the way in which it interacts with the starting system. So there is no more the need for a key switch. The key switch was the major problem in the system because the key switch failed to release from the preheat position, and as a result of that, the system went into lockdown. The relays remained on. They burn out in a sequence, and when they burnt out in the sequence of the negative relay being out of the system, it left the engine vulnerable for the positive signal to go into the engine body and start the electrolysis process. What we have done is thoroughly checked it out, modified the system on the engine control, which we will take a look at it, and installed the Systems Interface 2000 control box, which houses the same relay sense system that was existing previously in the Volvo situation. We have maintained primarily all the Volvo wiring intact as it was before, only that we have moved it in this new position, and we have made some changes to some safety. The possibility to turn off the key switch from down there, so it's safety and against theft, anti-theft. So someone cannot start the boat from in the cockpit without entering into the boat and making some situation there, which usually is a deterrent, so someone will decide to make a quicker one without this exercise. And then we have made some situation on warning in terms of to know if the engine body, which is also connected to the mast and to your wheel here in the pedestal, that if there is a possibility for a positive potential to arrive, the alarm will sound, and also will be the light, and so it'll be an indicator, so you could rest that to know that this situation is a very simple connection without any major electronics inside. So there's no possibility for electronic or smart system to go bad. It's primarily a piezo alarm system with LED lighting and the diode, blocking diode, to allow that if there is a positive potential on the engine block, that it arrives. So you could feel safe that it's not going to have some virus or something that disturbs it. So we always try to keep the systems simple, because simple, it means you can always address it without have to make some special action. And we are happy that you're going to be smiling living here, and you could always check on our website. And we will now. So what we want to do is ask you what you're feeling about the work that we did in terms of our time or some situation, into what's it about it. Did you think we went about it in a good way? Was it smooth for you? Did you have some hang-ups about?
First of all, I want to say that we have solved this problem many times before.
Absolutely.
So that's, I wouldn't call it a concern, but but sort of a concern that hope it's finally gone. And I
Right.
don't have no reason to believe it's not finally gone,
Right.
but I have believed it many times before.
And
But
that's
now we have the alarm and everything, so at least we will know when we have the problem, not 14 hours after it's been
afterwards.
working for
Right,
14 hours,
right.
the problem.
okay. And so in a short time, we will go through a few steps just to check it, to see, to prove if this idea is true, and we bring a positive potential to the engine body, see if the alarm it sounds and so on. And in this way, you'll understand the simplicity of it. So if down the line the electrician is working, you can say this wire is for this and so on, so you know precisely what we have done. Okay, so we'll leave no mystery about
Yeah.
the new system. And as I say, it can be traced back to the Volvo original wiring from the diagram. It's in the same situation, just with some changes for the better. And so
But I have a good feeling.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that it's been taken care of in a serious way, not just it's fine. Just change this one to a bigger one, or this one it's gonna be fine. You know.
Right.
I feel it's been addressed in a serious way. That it's been looking through everything to see
Right.
if something.
Right. Well, the core of what we did was the control system between here and the engine is primarily a bundle of wires called the engine harness. And once we have
Morning.
oh, one second. Hello, Philip.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? Oh, there's Philip.
I'm here, my brother.
Okay, and this is Philip Wrong, and one of our team, and he was essential in helping us sort this problem out. So let's get Philip on there. And that's my guy. Look, you see, he's smiling here. Philip, good morning, and nice work again. Okay, guys. So we are going to proceed to do some look on the engine, and we will take two. Okay, take 3. We have installed interface 2000 systems, interface 2000, and this is our warning indicators on the top. And basically what we have done is to replace the Volvo Penta engine control, which was sitting here, and with the relays, and we have made some adjustments to the way the delivery of the voltage that arrives to this switch here, which is the stop switch. We've gone via a blocking diode, and that's part of our countermeasure against some false switching as a result of positive voltage going in reverse up to the panel, if for some reason there is the situation that arrives. And as you can see, it's just our basic installation. That's our basic Volvo panel, control system installation, replacing the existing panel with the 306 and the 201 switching mechanism, removing the rotary switch as result for failure or catastrophic failure of the relay system. Take 1.